Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Morning Tea. Um, Make sure you go ahead and like, share, and subscribe this. This is going to be an amazing interview with an amazing individual today. So for those of you who don't know me, my name is Tracy Allen. Let me take off my glasses. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Tracy B. Allen. I'm the owner of TVA Consulting, where we help our clients to develop the systems and processes needed to build and grow profitable, sustainable, and compliant infrastructures so that they can achieve their mission and realize their vision, but most of all, so that they can create impact in the community. Here's somebody we know. Good morning, Clarissa. Um, so today I have with me Jhasiim Wiltshire. And Jhasiim and I are really good friends. We've known each other for about 15 years now. I just had to check the date from 2008 when she became the paraprofessional in my classroom. I was an English teacher. She came to work at the school. I taught 2 inclusive classrooms, and she was the special ed para in my class. So we've known each other since then. We've become really good friends, even though we don't work together anymore and we live in 2 completely different states. We still keep in contact almost daily, right? Social media has made it really easy, and sometimes we do get on the phone and then we don't know how to get off. But so I want you guys to meet Jhasiim today. Jhasiim is the mom of 4. She had 4 sons before she was the age of 22. So I think her story from being a teenage mom to being a dual master's degree holder almost, and owning her own bakery from her home is an inspirational story that a lot of people can take a lot from. So Jhasiim, go ahead and introduce yourself to my audience.
Hey, good morning, everyone. My name is Jhasiim, and like Tracy said, I'm the single mother of 4 boys, 38 years old, originally from the U.S. Virgin Islands. Whoop, whoop.
Yes, yes.
Culinary is graduated from the University of the Virgin Islands with a bachelor's in business administration with a concentration in computer information systems. Then I moved on to getting a master's in teaching with technology because I was already in that field. And I'm actually continuing with my second master's in special education. Aside from that, I am passionate about baking. I
Yes.
love it. Love baking, love sports, coaching, enjoying time with my kids and traveling.
Okay, awesome. So, like Jhasiim alluded to, by the time, I said earlier, by the time she was 21 years old, she had 4 boys. So, your first son was born when you were 16, correct? So, you were
Yeah.
still in high school. So, let's tell us about your journey from being a teenage mom to when you finally decided, wow, okay, and what was that pivoting point that made you be like, I need to go to college, I need to go back to school, I need to get my life together because I have these 4 children to take care of?
When I first found out I was pregnant, I was actually in denial still. I was like, no, no. It wasn't until I actually saw the sonogram
Wow.
and saw that I actually had a human inside me is when I was like, oh my God, how am I gonna do this? I don't know what to do. But thank God I had parents who
Mhm.
were very supportive. I mean, I
Yeah.
disappointed them, but they
Mhm.
supported me throughout my pregnancy, welcoming my son and all that. It was not an easy task at all.
Mhm.
Like I said, I had their support. It was like from school, home, be with my child.
Mhm.
That was it daily. School, home. You got work to do. You got to do this. You got to do that.
No
And
more
because
hanging out with friends.
no more hanging out, they go in this place, that place. Okay, I'll see y'all later because I'm going home to my little baby.
Right.
So, all that and it is like my, how to say, childhood ended and motherhood began. And everything that I was receiving
Mhm.
and it was taken away and given to him. And I'm
Mhm.
not selfish, so I didn't mind because it was just us. Dad wasn't in the picture and all that business. Um, and because I disappointed my parents, my dad said, you are going to, because I had no intentions of going to college.
Oh, you
He said,
didn't?
no,
Okay.
no. He said, you're going to college. I said, okay, no problem. So I did just what he said. I enrolled with a UVI, attended, and graduated. Now, that was like my special moment, but it was more his. Like when I
Okay.
walked across the stage, his chest was high in the air. It was like he was graduated.
Proud father,
So yeah, he
right?
was so proud.
Mhm.
And you know, so I was glad that I was able to give that to them because I took away, you know, other stuff from them, becoming
Okay.
a teen mom.
So you had your son when you were 16, but you had 4 more children. How did that? So most people would think that you had your son when you're 16 and you'd be like, okay, no more
Right.
babies. But you
Yeah,
went ahead and had 3 more.
I
So
had
tell us
3
about
more.
that.
So I
Yeah.
was hard-headed. I used to listen. So here comes, oh, okay, got another one, got pregnant again. Listen, it was not easy telling my parents. Actually, I hid it. I was like hiding, but my mom was not silly. She knew, of course, she's a mom,
Right.
symptoms, and she
Mhm.
saw what gave me away was I was so addicted to ice.
Oh, okay. You were ice
So
eater.
I was an ice eater. So that,
Mhm.
you know, gave it all away. Then I became pregnant with my second child. I
Mhm.
was in 11th, no, 12th grade. Because I gave
Okay.
birth when I was in 10th. I was in 12th grade. So I
Mhm.
actually graduated from high school
With
pregnant.
the children. Okay.
I
With 1
graduated,
and 1
yes,
on the way.
yes, I
Okay.
had one already and I had one on the way.
Mhm.
And it didn't stop there. Here comes child number 3. No, this
Mhm.
was all a journey for me because we think pregnancy is easy, but
Mhm.
it's not. No, my first 2 kids was natural, you
Mhm.
know, but the third one was the scariest.
Mhm.
He was born cesarean because I had
Okay.
a little accident and I started bleeding and blah blah. You know, went out to the hospital. They said, "Okay, we're gonna have to do an emergency cesarean on you."
Mhm.
You know, I got scared, started trembling. Now, you know, the hospital is dumb cold. I was hot and sweating, so
Mhm.
scared.
Mhm.
But went on, gave birth, forgot where I was. When they brought him to me, I was like, who's this? You
Mhm.
know, whatnot and all that. But again, another boy. I was happy. Woohoo! I
Mhm.
have my little, you know, team or whatever. So I said, okay, this is it. I'm done. No more because I need to focus on me. You know, I'm
Right.
I'm popping them like you know, like Pringles, like pills, like rabbits, you know,
Right. Exactly.
coming out. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. So moving on, you know, my kids going to school, teaching my kids from, you know, home before they start Head Start and all that business. One day I was going out with my little nephew and my third son, and
Mhm.
a dog attacked them. And I got in the way and I stopped, got bit from the dog.
Mhm.
Went to the hospital. Okay, we're gonna have to do a pregnancy. I said pregnancy test. We don't need to do none of that.
Mhm.
The doctor came back. Okay, it's negative. Negative. I'm like, yeah,
Mhm.
girl. He's talking to me, and I'm looking at the test, and I look at him. He said, "Oh no, it's positive." Well, I
Oh
started
my gosh.
crying. I started crying because I
Wow.
was like, "No, I wasn't ready. I didn't. I wasn't ready for no more." So here it is now. 22. Number 4.
Mhm.
I said, okay, this is it, God. You know, I went into my, you know, my doctor. I spoke to him. I said, um, can I stop? When he said yes,
Mhm.
nay, woo, I was so excited.
Mhm.
He was like, only because he said, well, your age, you know, you're too young for this, and blah blah blah. What if you find your husband and this and
I
this
don't
and
know why they asked you that question.
I'm looking at him like this, like I said, well, guess what? if he so loved me, he's gonna take the cow with the calves.
Right.
So I said, that's it for me. I'm done.
Mhm.
And I went ahead and I did a tubal ligation and
Okay.
whatnot, to be sterile and
Right.
stuff. So from then on, you know, I was still in a relationship with their dad, but then things took
A turn for the worse.
for the worst. Ended
Mhm.
up by myself. Now I have these boys, and I'm like, my parents were still there. Thank God.
Right.
Thank God. They were still there.
Well,
Still in.
that's rare that
Yeah.
you were fortunate that you had parents who were supportive, because in a lot of cases, what tends to happen is that the parents throw their hands up and like, hey, listen, we can't help you through this anymore. You've made these decisions on your own. You need to go forth and take care of your kids on
Yeah. And they still are. My
your own.
entire
So
family, they were helpful in the whole
Mhm.
process. With the saying, "It takes a village to raise a child," is so true. Because sometimes
Mhm.
I didn't know what to do with myself. So at one point, I thought I was losing it
Mhm.
and all that. But with them around and constantly, talking to me,
Mhm.
talking about changes and things don't go as you expect it to be and blah blah blah.
Right.
So with that came, I say, you know what? Let me just focus on me and mine as much
Mhm.
as I can. That wasn't easy either because we see people have stuff that we want, and it's like, how
Right.
am I gonna get this? And then it's like, you know what? You don't know how they got it. Let's just worry about you and how you're gonna get where you want to be and how.
Mhm.
I mean, you know. So
So you were going to UVI, you
mhm.
had these 4 kids, so you had a lot to juggle. Going to school full time to graduate and still raising your 4 boys. At what age did you graduate with your bachelor's degree?
um, good question. I graduated in 2007.
In 2007?
From UVA in
Okay.
2007.
All right. And then you started working at the school in
In
2008.
2008.
Right.
Yeah, and I
Um,
started out
mhm.
as
But you
a
started out
special
as a power because you didn't have a degree in education. So
education,
at
exactly.
that time, you had to have a license as an educator in
Mm-hmm.
order to work as an actual teacher. Just having a bachelor's degree was not enough. So, like I said before, that is how we met, because you became my para for 2 of my classes that I had inclusive. I had 2 inclusive classes, one in the morning and one in the afternoon. So you were in
Yep.
my class twice a day for 90 minutes each period, right?
Yes,
And
ma'am.
sometimes at lunch if I was doing lunchtime tutorials. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and I remember, as I got to know you better, I realized that you had a little side hustle. And that side hustle was actually baking.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
tell us a little bit about how you got into baking and why you're so passionate about it, because I have seen your baking side hustle evolve over the years into something great. I mean, last year was when I think I helped you to incorporate in
Yes,
Georgia.
you sure
Yeah.
did. Yes,
Okay.
you
So,
sure did.
um, so tell us about that journey with your baking and why why you love it so much, how it has helped you, why you decided to start that side hustle and now
So
business.
basically, I started baking from when I was in junior high school. I went into
Call
um
it home
say that
ec,
again.
home ec, home economics.
Yeah, I had a home ec, but not yet. I had it in high school, but I
Okay.
just used to pick my mom's Betty Crocker book up and just open
Mhm.
up and just look at recipes and try and have people, try this stuff. I just used to just bake for, fun because I like science and baking is a science, so I
Right.
enjoyed, all that. And from there, after I had my first son, couldn't afford to purchase, a good
Birthday cake.
cake and yeah, and that whatnot. My parents had to do it. So I'm like, you know what, to take the burden off of them, let me try this thing myself.
Okay.
I tried it. It was not perfect
Hmm.
at all. But then I met this lady as well who used to do cakes,
Hmm.
an older lady, and she encouraged me. She's like, you should, keep doing it. And I kept practicing. I would go around her, she taught me stuff and I
So
picked
she
up on
became
it.
like your mentor.
Yes. and I
Mm-hmm.
enjoyed it. I'm like, ooh, and while in the kitchen, doing all this, I just felt like I was in a whole different space. It's
Mm-hmm.
something I enjoyed. I said, okay, I love it, and I'm loving the outcome of all this. All
Right.
this time, I'm actually just baking and not to sell, not
Mm-hmm.
knowing I would evolve, be like this. It would end up like this.
Right.
So, and then as time progressed, I got better and better. And then I actually loved the art of, doing sugar stuff,
Okay.
making flours out of sugar and all of that business.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so from then,
Oh, and I've
it
seen
just
some of
took
your
off.
sugar art, and it's quite realistic, especially with
Yeah.
the flowers. So yeah.
So I had friends whose birthdays were coming up, and I'm like, okay, let me try this and let me try that. My parents, other family members, I just, did stuff on the side to hone that skill. So, and it all turned out, great.
Mm-hmm. So when did you decide that it was beneficial for you to actually start charging people and actually making money from it, taking it from just a hobby into a business?
When I saw more and more people were actually interested, and you realize that,
Supply and demand.
this is gonna cost me, so I need to
Right.
start charging.
Mhm.
At first, I was definitely undercharging. And then you're of course, yeah, Tracy's like, oh no, Jhasiim, you need to do this and you need to do that. And I'm like, okay, and I'm writing this down and I'm writing. She's like, you're not doing what I tell you. I said, okay. So with your help, I'm grateful for it though.
Mhm.
So that's how I got, from just doing it as a hobby
Mhm.
being an actual, passion and business on itself.
Right. But one of the things that you did too to make sure that you were actually doing things the right way and to expand what you could actually make in your business was you went to Escoffier. Am I saying it correctly?
Yes, Escoffier. I
Yeah.
attended Escoffier Culinary art school. I did it online because it's based out of Boulder, Colorado. But when
Mhm.
I saw they had an online program, I said, you know what? Uh, let me apply to this school because I need to be certified. I want this
Mhm.
to be legit. I don't just want to be, I said I
Right.
need to be legit because I love, the art of pastry and all that business. I said I want to be a pastry chef, not just a baker or whatever. So I
Mhm.
went in and I did a baking and pastry certificate and I
Mhm.
graduated with that from
Right.
Escoffier. So I said, yeah, I could say now I'm official. I'm official.
So
So
what
from
is the title? A baker? What is the title that you got from Escoffier?
um it just says baking and pastry. So I would say
Okay.
a baker,
Okay.
but I don't just bake, I could also decorate cakes as well.
Right, right,
Yeah.
right. We've made everything from birthday cakes to wedding cakes,
Yep.
character cakes and everything in between. I've seen it all.
Everything in between.
Yeah.
Yeah.
so,
I can do
so
I
what
mean, I learned a lot like from bread to croissants to
right.
palmiers to different French pastries, artisan bread, all these different things. You just looking at one bread, you just say bread. You're hearing
Right.
all these different names for kasha and ciabatta. I'm like, it's just bread. But yeah.
Right. So one of the things I know that you're exploring is probably having a subscription service added to your business. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay,
That's
so tell us about the
a
subscription.
work in progress.
Mhm.
The subscription box that I want to do, I want to be able to offer different products monthly to customers. But we know that's still a work in progress. Thanks to you again. It's gonna include how to say starter packs. Like if you're interested in doing learning how to bake cupcakes, decorating cookies, even the sugar flowers and all that stuff. But when we kind of get further, then yeah, expand.
Okay. So we talked about being a teen mom. We talked about going to college, getting a job. Right now, you live in Georgia and you work in the school system as so you went from paraprofessional to now you are a special education teacher and
Yes,
you're
ma'am.
completing your master's, your second master's in special education, correct?
Education. Yes.
So that is quite the evolution from leaving high school, pregnant with your second child, to going to college only because your dad told you that he wanted to go to college. So he was like, okay, well, I disappointed him in these ways, so let me make up for it this way. To
Yeah.
starting off as a paraprofessional in the special education department.
No intentions of being an educator.
Exactly, because you kept calling me that. Every time I would like, just go get your teaching certification. You'd be like, I don't want to be a teacher. I don't want to be a teacher. So going from that to now, you're actually a special education teacher, working with I don't want to
students with moderate intellectual disabilities. Yes.
Right. So that's the department that you work in. So that's quite the evolution of your career, right? And then going from your side hustle as a baker to now being an official certified baker and having your own business, legitimate business where you make, pastries for people on demand as they call in their orders.
Mm-hmm.
But one of the things I want to talk about is that, life isn't golden.
Nope.
2 years ago, you found out that your last child, your son, has an autoimmune disease. Why don't you tell us about that and how you're dealing with that and what's going on with that, if you don't mind?
So when I first moved here, I moved here with different intentions, different how to say it, a different goal in mind. Come here, you get settled, start your business, and go back and get your kids. But it didn't work out that way.
Mm-hmm.
So after Hurricane, what was it, Maria? Whatever, back home, I went and get my son. I went back home to get my last one. When I saw him, he looked yellow. He just looked weird.
Mm-hmm.
So I say, the first thing when we get back, I'm going to take you to the doctor because I don't what's going on. Anyway, I took him, got him checked. The doctor was like, no, nothing is wrong. He's fine. I said, no, ma'am, I'm telling you, something is wrong with my child. So we did some lab works. When the results came back, I got a phone call.
Mm-hmm.
And she was like, yes. Sound a bit frantic. Yes, you need to take him to a gastroenterologist. His bilirubin is high and this and that. And I'm like, it sounded like gibberish to me because I didn't know what she was talking about. Yeah. So we went on, I made an appointment, took him there, did the different, the other tests and found out that he has autoimmune hepatitis.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me, I'm sorry. Like, everyone would ask, how did he get it? Like, that was my question. How does he get that? But it's an autoimmune disease.
Exactly. It wasn't something that he caught. It was something that was wrong within his body.
Inside. Yes.
Into this
so, it wasn't just that one thing. It went on, oh, okay, so, his spleen is enlarged. He has cirrhosis, lots of scarring on his liver. It was like so much.
Mm-hmm.
I just took it all in, but then I was so confused. And it made me wonder, what if I didn't get my child checked? He probably wouldn't have been here.
She went ahead and did the blood work. Yeah.
Today with me, he probably, I probably wouldn't have my son.
Mm-hmm.
So now, come to find out, okay, see, he has so much scarring, blah, blah, blah. So now he actually has a chronic liver disease where now he is on the waiting list, the transplant waiting list. Yeah. For a liver. So, explaining all that. So at the time he was 14.
Right.
He was thinking, I'm not gonna lie. At one point he thought he was dying, like, am I gonna dead? He was just, and then started doing all kind of craziness. I'm like, dude, just relax.
Yeah. Right.
You still, we're gonna get, this, I mean, it can't be cured, but it can be treated. So we're gonna do all this. We're gonna do what we gotta do. Mm-hmm. So, the years pass by and it's getting better and better. Right now, at one point it was like, he's right there, like he needed, but with the medication and, taking proper care of him, eating healthy and all that, his MELD numbers are actually getting better and better. It's no
Okay.
longer, it's getting higher and higher. So he needs the liver, but he does not like before, like need
Right.
like so as a teenager, you're still thinking. I actually had to talk to my son many times because at one point he told me I don't like myself. I'm like, why? What's wrong? He said, I can't do a lot of things that my friends could do.
Yeah.
I said, okay, I understand that. I said, we can do some things, but we just gotta, take precautionary measures.
Right.
You can't go and get a tattoo. You can't do this. You can't do
Yeah.
that. But, there are other options. I say, hey, there's henna. It's a tattoo, but,
Right.
it's not, puncturing your
Permanent.
skin enough. Yeah, it's not permanent and whatnot. So, well, and right now, this COVID-19 thing not benefiting him. So he's like in
Right.
isolation, but he'd been in isolation before this because I took
COVID-19.
him out of regular school and I'm homeschooling him because he's easy to
He's
contract anything.
susceptible to
Yeah, he's
catching a lot
susceptible
of
to contracting anything. So now he's actually homeschooled in 11th grade. It's not easy at all.
Right.
Not easy. But he's coping. We're coping, dealing with it. I entertain him as much as I can. He entertained me. They're like my driving force for stuff because if I crash and I look weak, how are they gonna make it through? Because they look at
Right.
mom for every single thing. I remember him being at the hospital the last few tests that we did. I walked with my computer and all that, had all my books for school, and I'm sitting there. And he woke up and he was in pain. And the first thing he asked me is, did you finish your homework? I'm like, dude. He said, Mom, I need you to finish it. But I was like, oh, okay. So he motivated me to continue. So I said, I got
Right.
you. I'll do it. So
Right.
I
He's
sat
as
there and
much invested in your success as
yes,
you are. Okay,
yes.
that's great. That's awesome. So if you had to give moms out there who are struggling through getting back into life, to getting to the next level of their career, of their life, dealing with their kids, what are the 3 things that you would tell them from your perspective to motivate them not to give up and to move forward?
Life is full of challenges. And if we give in and give up, you're not going to persevere. You're not going to accomplish anything. Don't wallow in self-pity. Take every single negative thing around you, turn it around into something positive. You look at yourself every single day in the mirror and said, I can do it. I'm stronger than you think, and I'm going to do this, and I'm going to have a breakthrough.
Right.
Many times I've turned to God. Even if you're not a believer spiritually, you have to believe in yourself too. You have to believe that you could actually do this. Don't depend. Sorry. Don't depend on anyone. You have to be more dependent on yourself because if you don't do it, nobody's going to do it for you. You have to show that you actually want it and trust and believe there's people out there that would support you and people that would actually, talk bad about you and discourage you. But just listen, don't even take it on. Like I said, turn those negative words around into anything positive.
Okay. Those are good thoughts to leave with the audience today. I hope that you guys enjoyed, ladies and gentlemen, because guys is not a good term anymore, I guess. So I hope that everyone listening enjoyed Jhasiim's story of from struggling to triumph to just being successful. She went from a single mom of 4, finishing her college degree, getting a job, working on her second master's degree, has a thriving business. So it's just to say that no matter what adversities come your way in this life, there is a way to overcome it, whether you're doing it by yourself, the support of family and friends, or finding someone who is a mentor to help to guide you through the process. Is absolutely possible to become successful no matter what has happened in your life. Any last words?
No.
No? Okay. Okay, everyone, thank you for joining me for morning tea this morning. And again, thank you to Jhasiim for joining us as well today and sharing her story with us. And I will see you guys tomorrow with another special guest. Have a wonderful day.
Thanks for having me. Bye.
Clarissa has something. So Ms. Wiltshire, thanks for sharing your story. Amazing. I really needed to hear that. Oh, that's so nice, Clarissa.
Right. You're welcome.
That's my girl. She was my student. Love you,
Which
girl.
Clarissa is this?
Clarissa Rosario. Remember, she had a brother named Eddie?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. She was in my class.
The pic looks different. It's not coming to me.
Yeah. Search her up on.
I'm glad I touched her.
Yeah. All right. Bye, everyone.
Bye.